Hello guys, Kirtira this side. Firstly, let me give you a quick intro about who I am and why I am here. So you already know my name. I hail from Madhubani, Bihar, which is the heart of Mithila region, land of Sita Mata. And I am a third year student right now. Just finished my sophomore year, and I am pursuing B.Tech in Computer Science Engineering at Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology, Majitar. Now coming to the point where I explain why I started this. So two key points drove me here. First, well, I'm an engineer, a computer science engineer. We fail doing things all the time, but we barely acknowledge the efforts that we make along the way. I just wanted to do this, and the second point being that I never got an environment to practice or use spoken English or any spoken language for that sake. So I just wanted to build that for me. So there's that. Yeah, so let's start this stuff. Basically, this right here on the screen is a fresh installation of Debian 12.5 Bookworm, and let me just show you. This is a Debian 12.5 Bookworm installation with Gnome 43.9. I like Gnome. I had already previously installed these distros so many times. I like Debian the most for obvious reasons, and I'm using Wayland windowing system. These are some of my specs, and I'll be doing things in this only. So my first video, this video will be about let me just give you some quick flashback about what happened yesterday. So I decided to make this video actually yesterday, but during that thought process, actually I started procrastinating, and then in the evening when I actually thought I will start this, I saw that some of my Flatpak installations were starting very slowly, like not too much slow, but still normal installations, like the packages that are installed via apt were opening in like 5 seconds, and the packages installed via Flatpak repository were opening in around 30 seconds. So that's some huge difference, and the packages were not so different in a sense that they shouldn't be taking that long. So I thought something was wrong, and I searched it up, and I found out that there was this issue in the Flatpak installation that we get on their website, and I thought to fix that I scrolled through various forums that there was this issue in prevailing from 2021. There were people facing this in 2022 as well as 2023. I tried all their solutions, but none of it worked for me. So finally I didn't understand why this was happening, but I had actually tried to move the previous installation, which was also obviously of Debian, had 3 different partitions, like home, temp and var partitions were on separate partitions, and I do this for obvious reasons to improve stability, and for if for some reason I'm out of space for those directories, I will have a scope to move and resize them. So I do that for that, and while doing that, I think I might have moved it to HDD. I don't think I might have. I definitely moved it to HDD. My bad. And I think the library where Flatpak apps are installed, Flatpak packages are installed, is also in that var partition only. Okay. So I think moving that from SSD to HDD caused that slow opening of applications, I think. So I thought of moving that partition from my HDD to SSD back, and while doing that, I think some configurations might have gone wrong, and due to that only some of all the Flatpak installations were gone, and then as well as all the configs that I had set, like themes and all that stuff, were also gone. So I knew that I messed up big time, and I had to fix that, but I didn't know the mess was too big for me to fix. It was like a Jew to me, so I just thought that fuck this, I'm going to reinstall all of that. I performed a quick backup. The HDD is just used. I'm just using HDD for storage purposes, not for any operating system kind of thing. So I moved all my data from SSD to HDD and performed a quick installation, and then I formatted all the disk partitions in much better way. Like I gave this EFI file system the boot partition this much size. It has sufficient size. This partition basically is SSD, which came with my laptop, and this one is the hard disk that I installed it. SATA hard disk. It is a Barracuda, I guess. Yeah. So this is the EFI file system, and I gave 63 GB to the root partition and 360 GB that I think would be enough for the home partition. Then 60 GB for the var partition, because all the packages and installations will be done here only, so it has to have some space. And then this temp partition, like last I also faced an issue where I was trying to train some CNN model, and I had to install TensorFlow library for that, for training on my local system. But while doing that, it was giving me an OS error saying that my device was going out of space, out of storage, and I had pretty tough time figuring that out. Why is it happening that way? And then I finally found out that my temp partition was too small for handling that. It was just 2 GB, and I had to temporarily mount the temp partition to some other directory, so that that directory could be used for that session, and then I had to install it. So I thought it would be better to give it some more space. Like I gave it 10 GB, up to 5 times the last installation had. And then there is swap partition. I kept it the same size of my RAM so that hibernation thing and stuff could happen. And then I have just left some free space for future resizing purposes, or maybe I don't know. And then there is this just 1 TB ext4 for storage only. So yeah, this is what I did. And now I'm just gonna set up my whole Debian installation. I'll be doing stuff. Actually it looked pretty cool back when in the last installation, but now I have to start from scratch again. I have to install everything from themes to the menu to all the extensions and applications that I had installed, as well as NVIDIA drivers. You guys already been knowing how tough it is. So let's get started. So the first thing I'll like to do is that add my user to the sudoers list, because let me just show you what happens if I try to use this sudo apt update. There goes this, and this is my password. Yeah, Vegam is not in the sudoers file. So there are two ways to do this. The first one is obviously to edit the sudoers file. The second one is the most appropriate, safest, and the recommended way. It is using vi sudo. Basically, it opens the same file, but without affecting the the integrity of file systems. So without compromising it. So I'll be doing that way. But if I do vi sudo, you see it says command not found. Even if I do it as root, it will still say the command not found. Let me show you. Now this is like this because these packages come pre-installed, but they are stored in sbin or /users/sbin. But the sbin is obviously not in path. If I do this echo path, you will see that sbin is nowhere to be found in this, because it is not there obviously. So I'll have to add sbin and user sbin, and I'll also have to do that permanently. So let me take help from chat GPT, or maybe I'll just Google it up. How do I add a path to Linux's environment variable? My typing skills are also pretty bad. Yeah, so we have to edit this. So I'll just open this, sudo nano, what was it, bash rc. Although I'm pretty new to this, let me tell you that I was using Windows 11 for a very long time. I have had this laptop since 2 years now, and I was using Windows 11 since I first had it. But I felt somewhere that Windows 11, it didn't appeal that much to me, and it was not like I didn't had that much control into that system, and everything I was off in it. Okay, so I thought, why not try Linux distro for some time. So for a very brief period of time, I had also installed a Debian in dual boot, but obviously I was using Windows as my main operating system, and for that I had given more space, as well as SSD was being used by Windows only. So Debian felt pretty slow on the HDD. That's why and then when I started my coding journey in this AI/ML domain, I felt that all those libraries and dependencies and those Python libraries are very tough to operate on Windows itself, and I don't know yet how to use Dockers. So I'll just switch to Linux, and I successfully used the libraries, those Python libraries like TensorFlow, NVIDIA CUDA, and cuDNN, and for a long period of time in Windows only by using WSL2. But then again, I felt that it might not be proper utilization of all the resources that I had by running WSL2 inside another operating system. Instead, I should just use some Debian distro. So that's why I switched to this, and I'm pretty much enjoying it. I even find the UI and all that very intuitive in this, and I have so much control. I can literally customize anything from the Jira menu to I don't know, whatever. So that's why I switched to this. So let's move on. Sudo nano, yeah. So here I'll have to add a command to add the sbin directories to the path. I don't know how to do that. Let's just search it up as well. How to add sbin to Linux path. Yeah, so people already had this issue. Obviously they will having it. Only get, yeah. So there must be like this, yeah. Export path user local sbin. Bear in mind that sbin and user sbin and user are not in the non-user path by default because their directory tend to contain dangerous executables. Yeah, obviously. So let's just do this. And I'll also be adding this one and also this one. User local sbin is there, so I'll add this one. Yeah, that's all I guess. Just save it and let's reload the bash rc file so that all the changes that I had made gets executed. No such file or directory. How come? I guess this reload thing is extra. Not a valid identifier. Let me open the bash RC and remove these for a bit. Let's say, now let's save this, and now let's try this. Yeah, it's working now. So I guess I'll have to add all these exports in some different line, I guess, because it is not working that way, or I am doing something wrong syntactically. So I'll just edit this one. There goes sbin, and there goes what? There goes user/sbin. Yeah, it should be fine now. Now if I do this, it's fine, and if I do this, now it's opening. I knew that it will be there, but it was not in the source path. Yeah, so here what I was trying to do is that I was trying to add my user to the sudo's list. Here is the thing or setting, you may say, that I have to edit. I'll have to, copy the same stuff and replace the user with my actual username. Sorry for that. Vegam is my username, and then just save it. And now if I exit the root and do sudo apt update, it should work fine. Yeah, so it's working fine. So we did our first fix and everything is fine. Now moving on to the next part, I would like to do some, I will also like to add the 84-bit architecture, or 86 it is, 86, my bad, 86-bit architecture to my system, because I'll also be using stuff like Steam for playing some games, and sometimes they require that i386 architecture to be fully functional. So I'll do it beforehand. How do I add i386 architecture into my Linux installation? When installing my Ubuntu, I made a small typo when allowing for 32-bit 64-bit system. Yeah, my bad, it is 32-bit, not 86. Pretty bad this, aren't I? I accidentally typed sudo instead of i3. Yeah, so I have to do this, plus I have to do something else that he clearly didn't, and that which caused him that issue. This. Yeah, it is done. And now if I do sudo apt update, it should give me everything that is there in the i386 package. I think everything is automatically installed. If I do this, it is already there. I just had to add it. So this is done as well. Now I'll move on to the customization part, as this is pretty good, but I would also like to customize it furthermore, because it is pretty good but not that much appealing to me. So as I'm using this Gnome desktop environment, I will be using some of the open source components like themes and icons and Jira menus and all that stuff to customize my UI. Yeah, so you get, when you go to this website gnomlook.org, you get all that stuff like this clock. I don't think I'm going to need that. Then there's this cursors. Last time I installed, I didn't use any this cursor icons. Let's list them by rating. This audio cursors has 9.1 rating. It looks pretty cool too. And for installing some stuff from this website gnomlook.org, I will also have to install another application called OCS URL that is used to install all these files directly into the system. It has all this different icon colors. I will be using black only. So audio spark dark, this looks fine. It has how many downloads? The most number of downloads is for this. I might just try this one then. Audio spark dark. Yeah. Install. And I'll get the OCS URL link here only. I'll have to install OCS URL too. The file .deb file, I'll use this one only. Yeah, so let's now install this OCS URL. Let me check it is fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'll be downloading it. It is a deb file, so I'll probably use dpkg for installing this. I don't remember the exact command. It was something like dpkg -i and then the package, but there was something else as well. -i package name. How to install a .deb package. So as you can see, the people searching for this and looking for answers in this forums, people like these are the reason newbies like us get a chance to actually use this stuff, because without this what will we do? So let's just look out for the answer. Yeah, it's nothing, I guess the correct command. As you can see, I don't have much confidence in myself for basic things like this as well. So it will be in downloads / it is downloaded. So let me just copy the file in, rename and this. Yeah, pasting this. Errors were encountered. Dependency problem. Processing triggers. Errors in order processing OCS URL. Oh. Depends on package QML module Qt Quick 2 is not installed. I think I'll have to install all of these as well. Sudo apt install. I'll just add these names one by one. And there goes Qt Quick 2, and then this one is also not installed, so I'll be installing this as well. And then this was declarative file, depends on however package. this was also not installed, so I'll be adding this one too, and then this one is also not installed, so I'll be doing this one too. Now this one is different. It depends on this, however, package controls is not installed, and this plugin is also not installed. No installation candidate. I think I might have to finally open up the power of ChatGPT. It will make things much simpler and straightforward. I'll just simply log in. Yeah, so I'm done signing into ChatGPT. Now let's find out what ChatGPT has to say about this error I'm facing. It looks like OCS URL has some missing dependency. To fix this, you can install the required dependency and create your package list. Install the required dependencies. Okay. I think I have already done this, but let's try again. And then install these. Yeah, I did the same thing actually. As you can see, I don't have the confidence again. It is not in the package list. The sources file might not be having the repository required to install these packages. A newer package might replace the missing ones. So find exact names of the paste of fields. Yeah, I'll do this first. Haven't met dependencies. Yeah, of course. Seems like dependencies are also having dependencies. So how am I supposed to fix this? I will have to install a whole package instead of installing these modules. That will be having all these modules instead. So I'll just ask ChatGPT. I'll also show it the output of his last solution so that he gets the context. I think the dependencies are having dependencies. How do I install all of them? It can lead to cascade of record of the project. Will resolve this. Running after fix broken install can help us. Here are the steps. Fix broken install. Alright, so I think we might have got the breakthrough for this. Yeah, and now I will install the required dependencies. Yeah, so they were already installed. So this stuff right here, this was the solution to our issue. It fixed all those broken dependencies, and although APT had already suggested me to do this before, as you can see here, but I was paranoid enough to not do that and simply ask ChatGPT to do it for me. Yeah, so it's fixed now, no need to install aptitude and all that stuff. Now let's just move on with our OCS URL installation. Here it is installed now, so it should be working fine now. I think we might be left with one more issue related to this OCS URL. It might require some extra extension to work, but let's try if it works over here. Oreo cursors install. Yeah, it's working, no issues. It's working, no network error. Yes, this is why I like this. I found like this theme in the previous installation as well, but the link is somehow not working for this. That's the error that I got previously as well. Now I remember. This one also looks cool. I used this one in the dual booted system that I was using previously. Not Windows, Linux cursors. I would like to have this one, BBATA cursors. What is this one? Let's find out. Where's the website? BBATA. Oh, looks cool. And stuff are fine. I think I might just use this BBATA one then. Move back to the Gnome org page and install this one. Install. Okay. Yeah, it's done. Now we'll head to the tweaks application that comes pre-installed with this. Let's check this one as well, and then I will I think it is not here yet. I'll have to install another extension called user themes, which I installed from Gnome extensions, I guess. I think it should come up when I type in extensions. Not just extensions, Gnome extensions. Yeah, here it is. I'll have to search for user themes in here. Here it is. Over the first one only. Yeah, I'll have to install this one. Install. And now if I go over this extensions itself, yeah, it is loaded. So now the tweaks application should be working fine. I should be able to all the icons, but I don't think I'll be able to do that from, even though logically I should have been able to change it from tweaks only, but I think the cursor option drop down is not giving me that option to change it to that. I think I might will just have to use the official option for that. Moving on to its website, and then for X cursors. So in order to install this, I think I'll just follow the readme for installation. Support BBATA cursor. Oh, interesting. What does BBATA mean? The sweetest word I ever spoke was blah blah, which coincidentally is also the word for peanuts, to make it more pronounceable and not sound like baby's words. I added a suffix ta. Lol. So this is the origin of the name BBATA. Nice. Here are all the packages. Windows, I would like to use this one. Looks cool. This one looks cool too. This one is good, don't you think? This amber with the round edges, not the sharp ones. Amber, modern one with rounded edges. Yeah, so go with this, what is called Bibata modern amber. So I'll just download this one, Bibata modern amber, not right one. Bibata modern amber, yeah. This is the one, I guess. Yeah. Let's just download this one. It is done. Now let's install this. Firstly, let us extract it. Let me get out of here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to downloads and then I will extract this one, Bibata modern amber tar.xz over here. It is extracted, and now I'll have to install this in for system wide, not only for the user. So I'll go with this one, and I guess installation is done. It is done. And now if I go to tweaks, I should get the option. Yeah, here it is. The cursor is, I've selected it. Yeah, so finally we've changed our cursor. Another breakthrough for our this Debian setup. And let's move on to our next thing. The next thing that I would like to do will be, before that, let's just install some of the extensions that I used previously. I used an extension for some of the in this Debian installation, whenever, like, this is the windowed form and this is the maximized form, but when I am doing this, I am not actually getting the whole screen for this window specifically. Instead, this top bar is coming at the top, like Mac OS, and consuming this some of the pixels over here. So but I don't like that. I want this top bar to get hidden whenever I am in the window, I am browsing window, and it might I will also be able to use it whenever I move my cursor over here, so that this extra space is recovered. For that I will be using hide top bar. Maybe I'll get some extension. The name was something else, I guess. Hide the top bar except in, yeah. So this is it. I'll just install this extension. Yeah, as you can see, this is installed now, and now I will go head over to the extension settings and modify this extension a bit, such that it appears when the mouse approaches the screen. And in the keep hot corner, this is a hot corner, even it hidden. Yeah, so this is great. So you too, this is also great. I'll go with this one as well, and I'll reduce this pressure to 50 or 60 maybe, and this one I would like to keep around 600 is, so that I don't have to, if I go just like this, it won't come out. If I in order to take that top bar out, I will have to do this, but I don't want that. I want it to come out more effortlessly, so I will reduce this barriers timeout. It will basically reduce that effort in layman's language. So I'm doing this. You'll probably be wondering why I'm doing this instead of just typing it. So just letting you know that typing the number there does not work either, and I don't want this either. I want just to just the panel to come out. This thing, I want this thing only to work when I'm doing the hot kernel stuff, and not every time I go to the top bar. So I'll have to turn some setting off as well. Keep hot kernel even hidden in the way, so over to, yeah, this one is great. And I will reduce the animation speed, and everything else is great. Yeah, so this is done. So we added another extension. Yeah, great one. Now I will just close this useless tabs. Now I like to install an icon theme. The last time I had this installed, I was using, I guess, reversal dark. It is one of the highest rated icons over here, so I'm gonna use it again. There are many other icons as well, like there is this Oli icon, which has some vibrant colors, like it is similar to this candy icons and this beauty line, but it does not appeal to me, because some of the apps, they don't have these icon packs, they don't have some of the icons for some packages, and if they don't have it, they get default icons, and that looks really odd. So I'll just go with this one. This one looks close to the stock ones, and even if some package does not have an icon for it, it gets blended in this. So this one is much much better. So I'll just install this one, colorful icon. Yeah, OCS install is available for this. I'll just install this one, reversal black. Black is great. Yeah, black is great. Okay, it is downloading. It is done. Let's close this and head over to tweaks, appearance and icons. I should get it over here. As you can see, icons look much more cooler right now. And I think that Pac-Man was actually the game one. I didn't need that for, or I don't know how the stuff in Arch Linux, how that works, so I will not comment on it. So as you can see, the default ones were, I guess, Advaita, and you can see the icons, they're a little bit boring, and hence I'm using this one. These are much better. You can see they look decent, and there's that. And then for legacy applications, I'll be using the previous theme that I was using, that is Orchis theme. I can find it in the GTK 3/4 themes. Also, I'll have to install it from the official page of this theme. Yeah, here it is. It is very popular. You can see how good it looks. It even customizes the top bar to look like Mac, and dash and everything looks cool. That's what I want to say. It also has some dependencies like GTK greater than 3.2, so I'll just install GTK4 for this. I'll also ask the package name from ChatGPT. How do I install GTK4 in Debian? These are the packages and dependencies for it. I'll just install them. Why? Yeah, so it is installed now. So one of the dependencies is installed. Now I also need this one, so I will just install this via apt. It is already installed. Fine. On Debian I'll have to use this engine package. Here. What am I doing? Sudo apt install, and then I'll have to install this one. It is a build dependency, or maybe not, because I'll not be building it. I'll be building it. This installation script will probably build it, so I'll have to install it as well. Sudo apt install sas. Yes. And now just install.sh is already in this, so I'll just clone it, copy and git clone this one. Not valid. Why is this not valid? Am I doing something wrong? I guess I'm doing something wrong. That URL was not valid. This is the valid one. Yeah, it is downloading. Meanwhile, let's see the attributes that are associated with this install script. Destination, the default is fine. Name is fine. Theme, colors, variants. Actually, I get to install every color by just installing this whole package, so these attributes are relevant to me, I guess. And yeah, just running this one should do. It is done. Let's see the package name. It is cd or kiss theme. It is the installation script, and I'm gonna run it via sudo. It is installing. Done. Now head over to tweaks and appearance, and yeah, it is here now. See how cool it looks. The default one is this, and the dark one is this. And I will also change the cell theme. Yeah, you can see the top bar already looks so much cooler, right? It's great. I'll also tweak something else as well, like I would like to change this to bold, this one to this one is fine, this one is fine, And now I would like to change the size of this. Wait. Let me check it for legacy so that I'll understand how big it actually looks. Yeah, it's fine. 12 is fine. I don't want to strain my eyes a lot. I would like these larger fonts are much better. I'd also like to increase scaling factor a bit. 17 is great. You guys might be thinking this is too big and odd, but I find this fine. This is just perfect for my eyes. The previous one was too small. It might be tough for me for debugging things, but I'm fine as long as my eyes are good. Yeah, scaling factor 1.17 is fine. Then I'll enable this, and then this is fine. This is fine, and this is also fine. Top bar is also fine. I'll also like to enable these things. I find this funny that they don't do this by default, but it's fine. This is much better instead of tapping this panel over here to minimize and maximize it. I mean window the whole thing and maximize it. And then there is this minimize button as well. This is too useful for me. I don't know about you. And yeah, tweaks are done. So by far we have installed the icon theme, and then the cursor icon theme, and then the what else have we installed? We have also changed the cursor icons and yeah, legacy applications and so it's fine. We have done many modifications. Now I'll also like to change the GRUB menu. Actually I didn't find many appealing GRUB menus last time that I checked, so at last I had to install. Wait a minute, what is this? This is great, but this font does not appeals to me, and I would very much not like to change the CSS of this GRUB theme. So I'll just go with the pre-built themes that appeal to my eyes. Let's sort it by rating. I checked this last time. I didn't find it very good. I used this one for a very long time. I might go for this again. This one is also great. Debian style is also there. Yeah, so Ubuntu one, Debian one. So it looks cool. It looks great as well. I might just install this one. Let's try this. If you have problem install script unpack. Does this have? No, it does not have. Obviously it is related to GRUB. How is supposed to have OCS install. GRUB customizer. Yeah, this is another great tool for customizing GRUB menus and everything related to GRUB, like even the loadout times and like splash screens and all, so that you don't get those if most people may want those debug information, but if everything is fine, I don't think it is relevant to me. So I'll just use splash screen. What that does is that instead of showing me all the debug lines of the booting process, it just shows me a screen with Debian written on it, somewhat similar to other commercial operating systems. So I would like to have that. and this one is installed. And since I have this installed, edit, edit this file, GFL. Oh, there is something else that I have to do. There is an extra operation and it is, anyway, it's fine. I'll have to search for Debian. Here it is. That's the only Debian, I guess. 1080p, I would go with the 4K one and just download it. Let's extract it, and oh, it has a pretty installation script. Made my things much easier. Why is it saying me to follow this link? I think there might be some issues with the installation script. There's just a guide to install this Xerox customizer tool. Nothing fancy, and I think the installation script might just work fine. Just cd out of this ls and cd to the directory that I have just extracted, copy and then paste. ls, yeah, installed script is here only, dot slash, not dot slash, sudo dot slash install dot sh. All done. And now I'd also like to set up the Xerox file once and for all. Sudo nano etc slash Xerox. No, this is not it. It was, I guess, sudo nano slash etc slash default slash Xerox. Yeah, here it is. So it is telling me to add this one, gfx payload linux is equal to kep, even though I'll just copy this and paste it over here. GFX mode, I should also probably edit the resolution of this and make that equal to my actual resolution, which is, let me check quickly, 1920x1080, and also add x32. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Everything is done, I guess. Linux default, it was, I guess, splash quite or quite splash, I don't remember it exactly. So, and I'll also like to increase this timeout, and this splash screen is, let me just check quickly, quite splash zero. So I'm checking if the thing I'm thinking is right or wrong. This quite splash attribute I want to add to this grep command line Linux default to achieve the functionality that I explained earlier. So I'm just checking this. Select linear zero issue line. I guess this should work. Quite splash is fine. Not splash quite, it is quite splash, and this should do. And now I'll have to update this. In order to update this, what was the command? I'm forgetting. How do I update a grep file? Modify timeout, save. Here it is, sudo update grep. Unfortunately I will not be able to show you how good it looks, but let me just quickly reboot and check if everything is fine. I'll update you on it, and it is working fine. Even the splash quite attribute is working fine. It is showing me that generic theme while booting up, and I can just press the escape key in order to see what is going behind the scenes, to see the log lines that shows all those devices and models are working fine or not. Moving on to the next part, there is another extension that I would like to install. So let's just quickly install that. What that extension does is that let's say I want to open this VLC media player, and I would also like to pin this over here, pin to dash. This is called dash. Okay, so I pin this over here, and now it is gone from here. You cannot find it in this application grid. All right. So I don't want that. I think this should not have been a feature in the first hand, but since it is, we have to find a workaround, and the workaround is that we have to install an extension. I'm again forgetting the name of the extension, so we'll just have to find out what should be its name. Name the Gnome extension that enables me to keep the applications in dash as well as app grid. Dash to dock. No, it was not dash to dock actually. I'll just Google it up. I think ChatGPT does not have an answer to this. Google Dash into the main password application or just enter your combined into. I think this might be the one. No. Let me just ask ChatGPT a bit more. Like, I don't want to use dock. Instead, I would like to use dash. Dash to panel. It seems like this is the one. Dash to panel. And this is the only one. Let's install it and find out. This is not something that I expected it to be. Extensions, and then the settings. Why did it lag? So seems like we can edit this as well. See, I don't want this. I didn't want this. Let's just remove this one. Dash to panel. This is much better than that. I'm sick of that Windows thing, and I was never a fanboy of Windows 7 or anything. In fact, the most criticized Windows, I guess, is Windows 8, and that is the favorite Windows version for me. I used that Windows version for a long time. I have a laptop that I bought in 2013, and that came with that Windows, and I was just sick of it. I mean, I was not sick of it. I was a sick fan of it, and it is just so great. I'll have to dig out a bit more about this. Apps get removed from application menu after pinning them to dash. Someone might have this issue. Dash in Debian or maybe Linux. Yeah, I think I might have got the correct answer to my question. Yeah, this is the one. Finally. See, making these videos about my setup, it will also be helping me in future setups as well. Say I might forget what were all the configs, so since I'm doing this from scratch, so I'll have a full full guide of how to set up this thing back again. And now you can see the VLC media player is here and here as well. So the thing that we wanted to do is done, and yeah, so far we have customized so many things. And let's close these things, and now let's just install what I wanted to install. Yeah, there's another thing, an important thing. I also wanted to install, add Flatpak repository to the apt repository, but the thing is, the last time I installed the Flatpak it was not working that great, so I want to do that the right way this time, so that I don't face the same thing I faced earlier. Let's just search up Flatpak installation. What if I just install it via sudo apt, you know? Let's just see if it is available in the apt repository. Sudo apt install Flatpak. Flatpak is already installed. Alright, so say if I search for software, say WhatsApp, there is no official build for WhatsApp, of course, but there are third-party applications for WhatsApp that should have been available if the Flatpak repository was added in this software application, but it is clearly not. So I'll just have to find out how to do that, how to add Flatpak repository source to software application. And then the command. Who is Alex Larson and why is it associated with this? Flatpak. Seems like he's the author of this. Repositories, search Flatpak. Let's see this one. There are not so many stars over here. There might be on this. It's not over here. Let's just search who is the author of Flatpak. So actually he is the author of Flatpak. So I guess I just have to do this then. Sudo add apt repository. So let's do this. Interesting. Let's get a follow from ChatGPT on this. What does it has to say? How do I add Flatpak source source to the softwares? I'm so bad at typing. What the hell? Soft. How is this wrong? Source to the software application, or the software application to install apps from right there. By saying this, what I mean is that just go to explore and then photos. You see here Debian GNU Linux. This means that the repository that is currently that is currently associated with this software is this Debian GNU Linux, but there should have been another option known as Flatpak, so that the applications that are in that repository should also be I should also be I should also be able to access those applications, you know. So what does it has to say? It is already installed. Yeah, so I have to add this repo. I guess the previous one was wrong. Is it adding or it is not? Yeah, it is added. Then I have to install the plugin. Here goes the plugin, and then Gnome software application. I'll have to close and restart. Everything is set up, so let's just close it and reopen it. And now if I search WhatsApp, it is still not coming, clearly because I'm not able to close it fully. New window. So I probably will have to reboot my system for that, so let me just quickly reboot it. So I've rebooted. Now let's see the software application. It is downloading software catalog, probably because a new source has been added. So let's just wait for it, and meanwhile let's do something else. Now what do we have to do next? These are some of the games that are fine maybe, but I don't think I'll ever play them, so I'll also have to remove these. To remove these, I'll have to open this, and this is already updating, so I will not be able to do that right now. Meanwhile, what can I do? Yeah, so it has finally opened, and let's see if the source is working. Let's remove this and search for WhatsApp. Yeah, it seems like it is searching for WhatsApp, because it quickly told me that there is no such application. It is in its repository right away. Last time I searched, it seems like it is there now. And this search function is also pretty slow, but I'm fine with it. And next I'll start setting up the development environment. I basically work with mostly machine learning models, and currently I have participated in a competition that is co-organized by Jadavpur University, India, and a university in Turkey. Let me show you it quickly. I don't remember the website as well. Maybe I will show you the data set. Com05. This is my profile, and this is my user ID, and I have opened an issue in the data set, and this is the repository where I found the data set. So this is the name of the competition. You can already see the details over here, but let me show you the actual website. VDVWC. Seems like the history is not here. I probably have to use the exact URL for that. Pardon me, I don't have that URL on the system right now. I have to search it up. So basically it is a competition where we have to develop an automatic vehicle detection model, which will be based on an AVD dataset. The AVD dataset comprises 3200 different images of vehicles under various weather conditions like sunny, rainy, day and night, and there are around 2600 images for training and 200 images for validation. All those annotations are in YOLO format, and I tried training the model on that YOLO v5 model first, but YOLO v5 didn't give me much of a map score as well as a fun score, so I switched to the YOLO v8 model, but YOLO v8 model had some issues and I could not train it on my local machine. So now I finally shifted to the efficient DET models, which basically stand for efficient detection models. They fall in the family of efficient net CNN models, and they basically function by scaling up the scaling up the parameters of the model by a set value by using the technique called compound scaling. You can search it up and look for some resources online. There is a research paper written on it, and it clearly defines how those parameters are upgraded and everything. So I think I might be deviating from the actual objective of this video. So let me just go back to it and see if this software, as you can see, the sources are configured again. So I'll not be using this one is the official one. No, it is still unofficial, but at least it has more generic name than this WATC and everything. But the WATC is the one that works the best in my opinion. I've tried all of these versions and WATC works the best, so I will go with it. Let's install it, and I'll install the rest of the apps later on. And while I'm doing this, and also wrong password. Why is it saying wrong password? Oh, it is asking me for the administrator password, and I am giving it the user password. Here you go. And I'm now going to set up the development environment, and for that I'll be installing the CUDA and CUDNN drivers, softwares system wide, but I'll be installing the TensorFlow in an Conda environment, because the Python version and the object detection API that is used in that with TensorFlow 2 for the detection purposes is compatible with only Python less than 3.12, so I'll not be able to use 3.12 or even 3.9. I tried using 3.9, but that didn't work either, so I'll go with Python 3.8 only, and look out for the TensorFlow repo, for which but I think the setup for this might require another video of its own, so I think I should not be covering it in this video, as it might make this one too long. So let's just stick with setting up this Debian installation. So I think everything is done now, not much is left. I'll also be disabling the watchdog, because whenever I reboot my system, while turning off, the system says watchdog did not stop, because obviously it did not stop because the function of watchdog is to set up a timer, and that timer basically whenever the system is booted on, that timer keeps on resetting itself. The system keeps on resetting the timer, but whenever say a technical error occurs, that timer doesn't get reset and the system automatically reboots. This is basically done in order to keep the system safe from unforeseen circumstances. So but I don't need to have that watchdog because I don't do that much like it is for servers and all, and I'm not hosting a server on the system, so I don't think I need it, and I would very much like to disable those lines whenever I reboot. So there's that. So let's just do that. I think this forum might have the answer for that. Hello, today I freshly installed Manjaro Gnome on my laptop, and while rebooting of the first update got watchdog did not stop. This is exactly the thing I get to, so I hope they have some answers. Watchdog can be usually disabled if you don't use them. Yes, I don't use them. For mouse this is true and uses slight performance boost and power save. I would like to have that. The simplest way of doing this is adding now watchdog to boot params like in. This can sometimes not be enough and would usually blacklist the offending watchdog module. Please show us the output of this. So I guess I'll do this in the terminal. Yeah, so you can see here the watchdog module and this module is here. Let's see what does they have to say. That's the one. I think this is the one that's causing the issue. So this is over here as well, so I'll be using this one only and append this to the mod probe.d, a config file over here known as blacklist watchdog. So let's do that. Also have probably to go into echo to sudo. Oh, it is already there. So I'll just blacklist this module. It is blacklisted now, I guess, and then just reboot. So I think it is done and this should be fine now. And now let's search for the for another that was related to the SCPI issue, and that was the failure creating named object. The error was something similar to this. Yeah, this is actually a bug, not a fatal error. I found something related to that in my health, thank you, but want this to display nothing instead. So the OP has the issue that I get this error when trying to boot Windows. I set up and I worked. It worked once when disabling secure boot, but then when it started. So as I said, it is related to secure boot, and it appeared again. It only says this and then freezes. It does not freezes for me. It is just that it produces an error message during boot up. So I would like to not see that. So I think this answer might be the thing for me, because as it says thank you, but want this just display nothing instead. I want that to happen, and I get as a 2. Apparently you can add log level is equal to 3, so seems like adding log level is equal to 3 in the kernel boot parameter can be used to clear this log errors, SCP errors out. So I'll just open this and grub and then I will add 0 command line Linux default, this one, and the log level is equal to 3 part. Then save it and then update the grub. This should be fine. And now finally let me check if everything during boot up is fine or not. Yeah, so everything is working fine now, and all those issues that I was previously facing during the boot up operation are gone, and I no longer see those ACPI boot error or object creation errors anymore. And I think the setup is almost done. I'll just have to remove all these applications over here, like these games. They are fine, but I don't play them, so they are bloatware to me. And also remove these LibreOffice applications, the equivalent of their Microsoft Office counterparts like Word and PPT and all that. So I think this is it for this video, and I'll be soon making another video in which I will be setting up the development environment for those AIML training sessions. And I think that is it. Stay tuned for the next video.